middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 700 kilometers from the African coast, lies the unique island of Madeira. Despite its small area, the island is considered one of the most beautiful places on Earth. To get to know its magical corners, we rented a car and set off on a 7-day journey around Madeira. In this video, we will share our impressions of the island, its extraordinary nature, the most famous locations and activities, and take you along on some of the most beautiful hikes in Madeira. The most convenient way to discover Madeira is to rent a car and drive around this awesome island, exploring it at your own pace. However, we didn't take into account the fact that we would often have to drive through serpentine roads and climb very steep hills. We rented a Fiat Panda, and to be honest, it was quite scary to drive it around Madeira. Therefore, we definitely recommend taking a more powerful car. The mountain range of the island's interior divides it into 2 climatic zones. The northern one, which is rather rainy and cloudy, and the southern one, which is sunnier and drier. As a result, the island's water resources are very unevenly distributed. So in order to redirect water from the rainy regions in the north of the island to the drier areas in the south, settlers had to build so-called levadas, or artificial water channels. Today, the levadas are not only important waterways, but have also become popular hiking trails. Walking along the levadas offers spectacular views and takes tourists through dense forests, valleys, and mountainous landscapes. Thanks to the mild climate, you can visit Madeira all year round because even in winter, the temperature does not drop below 15 degrees, and in summer, there is no heat. We were in Madeira in August, and the weather was just perfect for hiking. No wonder Madeira is called the Island of Eternal Spring. Our journey begins with arrival at the airport, where we rented a car and headed to Funchal, the capital of the island. We decided to stay in Funchal for the entire 10 days, because the city is relatively close to the places we plan to visit and is an interesting place in itself to get to know Madeiran culture and experience its atmosphere. On the very first day, we wanted to visit the Monte Palace Tropical Garden. The garden is located in Monte, a district of Funchal. To get there, we recommend taking the cable car from the city centre. The cable car ride is not only comfortable, but also offers spectacular views of the city and the sea. Monte Palace is known for its exotic plants, tropical flowers, and a diverse collection of plants from different parts of the world. The garden also offers impressive views of the city and the Atlantic Ocean. In addition to lush vegetation, the garden is also home to oriental elements, lakes, and ornate tiled panels. The best way to get back to Funchal from Monte is on a toboggan. Sledging in a wicker basket is an old tradition on Madeira, dating back to the 19th century when wicker weaving was a very important industry on Madeira. The sledge is pushed by two runners in traditional white costumes and straw hats. The 2-kilometre ride itself takes about 10 minutes. By the way, the road here is not wet, but polished by the thousands of toboggan rides. The next day, we got up very early to meet the sunrise on one of the highest mountains in Madeira, Pico do Arieiro. On this day, we plan to take the most impressive hike in Madeira, from Pico do Arieiro to Pico Ruivo. Due to the island's special topology, the mountainous centre of Madeira is almost always shrouded in clouds, and as the two mountains of Arieiro and Ruivo are among the highest peaks on the island, you are literally above the clouds all the time and have extraordinary views. For me personally, it was one of the absolute highlights of our trip. This route leads through the mountains along the gorges and offers fantastic views of the surrounding valleys. The next day we were tired after the hike, so we decided to just walk around Santana, a town in the north of the island. Santana is known for its traditional triangular thatched roofed houses, and also for its picturesque views, as the town is located at an altitude of about 400 meters above sea level. We also took an old cable car down to the ocean and spent some time walking along the shore. Five kilometers from Santana is the Queimadas Forest Park, known for its unique flora. Here we went on a hike to one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Madeira, Caldeirão Verde. The Queimadas Forest Park is home to precious flora typical of Madeira's laurel forest, classified as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site. It is the perfect place to relax and walk in contact with natural landscapes of outstanding beauty. The hike to the waterfall is 6.5 kilometers in one direction, a total of 13 kilometers. You will have to go through 4 tunnels, so be sure to bring a flashlight with you. Madeira is one of the best places in the world to watch whales and dolphins in their natural habitat. That's why we wanted to go on a marine safari here. Out of the many options, we chose a speedboat trip with a small group of tourists and a marine biologist as a guide. Their team of whale watchers uses powerful binoculars to spot dolphins and whales from the land and then directs the marine safari directly to them. Therefore, the chances of seeing whales and dolphins are very high.
The biggest dolphin that exists in all oceans can grow up to 4 meters.
Guck mal, diese Spinnen.
The next day, we decided to visit Câmara de Lobos, the oldest fishing village on the island. It is here that the largest amount of espada, Madeira's fish delicacy, is caught. Câmara de Lobos is also home to ponchas, a drink made from freshly squeezed lemon juice, honey and sugarcane schnapps, which is served in numerous small bars. Very close to Câmara de Lobos is one of the highest cliffs in Europe. At an impressive height of around 580 meters above sea level, it offers breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean, the surrounding landscapes, and the agricultural terraces below, known as the Fajas do Cabo Girão. These terraces are still used today for growing vegetables and vines. One of the outstanding features of Cabo Girão is a viewing platform with a glass floor, which was inaugurated in 2012. The platform has quickly become one of Madeira's favorite tourist attractions, both for its spectacular views and for the feeling of hovering over the abyss. One of the most beautiful and popular hikes on Madeira is the hike on the São Lourenço Peninsula. The hike starts at the Baía car park, leads to the summit of Morro do Furado, and then back to the car park. The length of the hike is almost 8 kilometers, with a difference in altitude of 800 meters. Here, you can clearly see how different nature is on Madeira. The São Lourenço Peninsula offers a great contrast to the evergreen Levada paths. The area here is very rocky, completely dry in summer, almost like a desert, and there is always a strong wind blowing. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe it will inspire you to travel to Madeira because the island has so much to discover. Feel free to write me in the comments which locations on Madeira you liked best, and for more travel inspiration, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram.